Guys, this is nuts. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my little gathering of connecting and reflecting. And my name is Marco. Most of you guys know. This show is called Just Marco. And it just feels I've been sitting here 2 minutes of this countdown, and I feel like I'm about to go on stage with Britney Spears. Like that adrenaline. I'm like, dude, relax. What you doing? These are all your friends, and it's all good, right? So, welcome. I'm so excited to start this journey with you guys, connecting and reflecting and talk all kinds of shit. And I'm gonna do this on a regular. So I want to get to know you. I want to meet you guys at some point. I'm gonna call you guys in and just meet everyone from around the world, right? So, and with no further ado, let's start the show.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Exactly. Powered by Potdex. Just first and foremost, want to say thank you for believing in this and giving me a platform, all right? So I'll get to that subject later and let you guys know what Potdex actually is. So how are you? Tell me what's up, how you been, crazy times. We all more or less are still locked down, are still quarantined, are all this craziness, which I do not want to talk about in the show because all we need to do is turn on the TV, right? So who cares? But what I want to know is where you from. Leave comments. Let me know. Oh, I see already. Fernando B-side, Madrid. That's awesome. I used to live in Spain. I used to live in Barcelona. Por eso, bienvenido, Fernando. Let me know where you guys from. It would be super cool to connect with you guys and see what's up. Also, make sure, if you enjoy all of this, make sure that you actually follow me on all social media, right? I got the Twitch, I got the Facebook, I got the YouTube. Those are the three ones that we're going to stream live on a regular. And then there's Twitter, which I recently reintroduced myself back to it for a while. I was like, you know what? It's too many. It's too much. Like, we are so overflown about social media. I don't even know what's going on. Oh my God. So here we go. NYC. I see Jimmy. I love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Jimmy is a very, very, very close friend of mine who I'm very, very proud of, and he knows why. Lucinda de Rosario, Holland! Yes, for my Dutch queen. Lucinda, I've met through Janet Jackson. Crazy stories. Lucinda experienced the most craziest day I had, the most craziest moment. We have we have Bulgaria, we have Lucy from the No Angels, my baby girl. Again, another female that I share so many memories. It's overwhelming. Very dear to my heart. Who else we got? Let's see. Qatar, never been. So Qatar Doha, welcome. Aruba, I've heard it's amazing. Never been. Michael van der Biesen, sounds like Dutch to me. And who else we got? Denmark, Anita from Denmark, welcome. Mexico, Dado Garcia, Mexico. Oh man, awesome. All right, so keep it coming. Keep the conversation flowing with you guys, with me. I'll keep my eye on it. So what are we gonna do first? I know you guys are dying for all these things that happened in my life, right? Whether I was on tour with Kylie or was on tour with Britney, and as a dancer and as an actor and as a judge on So You Think You Can Dance, and God, I've did so much that I'm so grateful for and amazing. But so I felt like what are you gonna do? Like, you don't want to talk about yourself all the time, and I want it to be fun, right? So interactive and I want fun. I want you to be part of this whole show, of this whole experience. So I did my research. Influencers apparently do a thing called get to know me tag. It's like 500 questions, and then these influencers, they choose 50, and then they do like a 10-minute video and basically talk about themselves, right? Great. I like that, but obviously, I didn't want to choose the questions. I don't want to choose the questions. I want this to be spontaneous. I didn't prepare anything. There is a list of 500 questions, all right? So I want you to narrate this conversation, all right? So right now, do me a favor. Type in a number from 1 till 500, yeah? The first 10 numbers, those are the questions that we're playing, all right? So let's go. Let's get it going. All right, guys. All right. So type in some numbers. Give me, oh, there you go. Sturgio, 333. What do we got? And I did not study 500 questions, right? 333 says, pick one, meat or fish? Fish. Seafood specifically. I love seafood. I love paella. It's a dish from Spain. Love, love, love. Arroz de marisco, which is the Portuguese version of paella. Reminds me of my dad. Every time I go to Portugal, we order. It's like a big pot, a big pot of seafood rice. So definitely fish. All right, what do we got? Oh, there you go. Number 2. Boom, boom, boom. What does your name mean? Oh. Marco. What does Marco mean? I don't know. It means nothing. It means that I could have been from Italy. It means that, I don't know. My mom, there is a reason why I have this name, which that's probably another question. But what's the reason? I have no. Gabriel Pacheco, 23. What do we got? What is your eye color? What do you think? Hazelnut? Brown? Something. Dark chocolate? I don't know. Brown. Let's say brown. It's brown. Let's go. There you go. 399. Agrees, go. 399. What? Which one is your favorite? Old school rap? Or today's new age rappers? Yo. You don't fuck with old school. Sorry, this is an explicit show. Officially. Old school rap. The thing is with the new ones, here's the thing. That's just my personal opinion, right? Everything in this show is just my opinion, and I don't know better than anybody else. I'm no smart cookie. Like, back in the days, in the 90s, right? Hip-hop had always a message. Politically, spiritually, whatever it was always a message. It was not about, there was aggressive message, Ice-T, body count, all that was very political and very aggressive, but it was always a message behind it. In general, in the 90s, right? That's how I felt. Today, I barely understand what they're saying. What? It's all sounds and weird vocals and autotune for days. And I'm watching The Masked Singer, and Busta Rhymes was the first one on the first episode. Yo, that man opened his mouth in his mask. You knew it's Busta. You knew it's Busta Rhymes. That voice is just so childhood for me, and that man is so legendary. So for reals, old school rap. All right. Lucinda wants the number 14. You want it? Y'all should get it. Are your grandparents still married? Yes, they never divorced. Unfortunately, both parts of my mom and dad, grandparents, they all passed. But they were always married. So I guess that's also a thing that our parents do. That generation just doesn't divorce. They just stick together through thick and thin, you know, which I love. 29, Eric Gonzalez. What do you got? Who's your favorite celebrity? Really? Who is my favorite celebrity? Oh my God, for which reason though? There's so many reasons. Michael Jackson. First and foremost, cliche, everybody says that. I have a very, very, very deep connection to that man. To the Jacksons in general. Whether it's Michael, whether it's Janet. I know there's LaToya, but who cares? Anyways, so when it comes to that, yeah, totally. But then I love Tina Turner. I think this woman is a powerhouse, and her story of life is just crazy. I've seen her life, and it's mesmerizing. But then there is artists like India Ari that I love so much because she's a storyteller, you know. I really resonate with her songs. But let's say Michael Jackson. How about that? Duh. What else? Oh, Jimmy. Number 11. It says, "Damn, what are your favorite things about yourself?" Okay. Think. I'm driven. I like that about myself. I am very grateful that I have that I taught myself how to be that. I think I'm funny, and I'm loyal. I think overall, one thing that I love is I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my friends. I'm loyal to my family. I'm loyal to people in general. I don't hold grudges, and I don't. And my word is always my word. When I say 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. It's not 3:15. When I say yes on a Monday, I still mean yes on Sunday, the next week, right? So I'm very reliable, I guess. So that's one thing that comes to my mind right now that I love about me. We have 13. Which of your parents are you more like? Looks, mom. Personality, dad. My mom, I definitely go by my mom with the looks, but I definitely have the personality of my father, who is an amazing man. But we all say that and should say that about our parents, correct? Let's do who we got here. Let's do a higher number. Patricia King would like 159. Let's see what 159 is. This is I'm quite nervous, guys. This is weird. 159. What is the farthest away place you've been? From where? From my location right now? The farthest? What is the farthest from LA? Because I've been everywhere. Being so blessed with touring with all these artists, I've seen every country. Correct? Let me correct myself. I've never been to Japan. I think that's one of the only ones that I've never been. And I always wanted to go. I've been to New Zealand. I've been to Australia so many times. So let's say New Zealand, I guess. But I've been really everywhere. Like, honestly, and it's mind-blowing that I can actually say that. Let's do 432. 432. 432. It's right after 431. There's good. What is your favorite male YouTuber? Caught me off guard. Caught me off guard. I have to say I don't know much about the YouTube world yet, right? So I've been studying this whole thing. It's a new beginning for everybody. When I go on YouTube, I do right now especially, I do my workouts, right? I'm that douchebag that goes to YouTube and just gets inspired. Simeon Panda right now, love that guy. Knowledge, it's always different workouts. So when it comes to that, let's just say Simeon Panda, but honestly, I don't know many of those influencers and YouTubers because till now, it was just not my world. All right. My sister. Hallo, na mein Schatz? Luisa. Luisa da Silva is that. Oh, man. And it's funny because my sister doesn't understand English. So I don't know what the heck she's doing here. But she definitely got priority. What is your best physical feature? Guys, I hate talking about it's weird. My best physical feature. Wow. I just don't give. I don't look at myself like that. Like I'm very confident in my own skin. I'd say my eyes. I'd say my eyes. They speak a lot. That's what I always get from people, and I feel like the eyes is the connection to people. So, sister, my love, it's my eyes. All right. So let's do two more. That's it. And then we move on. I see a lot of questions here. Oh, talking about that, let me ask you this. Please add a Q in front of your question because then I can actually see that it's a question. Yeah? It's because there's a lot of comments and it's amazing, but when I'm trying to see which questions I'm responding for you guys, it just stands out a little bit more, right? So thank you for that. To João Martins. Obviously, he's Portuguese. What is your favorite time of the day? The early crack of morning. The early crack of morning. No. The early crack of dawn. The mornings, I love, love, love. I love the mornings, and I will talk about this in a bit. But it is the morning. I'm not a night owl. I used to be. When I was living with my parents, I used to be up until 5 o'clock in the morning, get an ass whooping because I had to go to school. And my mom gets up and I'm still up, you know? And then I would sleep in school. But the morning is definitely mine. And oh man, so many familiar faces here. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. This is amazing. Let's do one more. 222. Last one for this segment. And then enough about that. Whoop. 222. What is your first job? My first job was at McDonald's. Kid you not. I worked at McDonald's at the burger station, flipping those patties. That was my very first job. I wanted to be a cashier because I thought this is so cool. They wouldn't let me. So I got downgraded to patty station. So yeah, McDonald's was my first job and Foot Locker was my second. Yeah, Foot Locker, sneakers and whatnot, and then McDonald's. All right, that's it. That's it for this episode of Get to Know Me. And now I want to get a little bit deeper. I want to have a conversation with you guys. So the first topic I want to talk about with you is this. Expectations. It is a very tricky thing, right? We all know that expectations come with disappointment, right? I've learned that if you expect less in life, you are a lot more happy. You are happier in life because we all have expectations. We all expect things from our partners. We expect certain things from friends, from family members. And we expect way too much from ourselves, right? So, and that is definitely a question that you have to ask yourself. Do you expect too much? Regardless from whom, do you expect too much? Because I really think that we are too hard on ourselves, and we are also always demanding about others. I've learned that I had a hard time. The past 2 years dealing with disappointment from friends. You know, I'm a person, I'm a giver who, my friends know me that I like to give. I go out of my range. I have pleasure. I really, really have pleasure in helping people and helping my friends get to new levels, help them with careers. If I have opportunities, if I have handles, why not open a door for other people? I've never understood that thing that people be, I don't. It's mine. It's my opportunity. I'm not gonna give it away. It's I met that person. I'm not gonna share it. I don't understand it. But I don't have to understand. I just have to work on myself. But with expectations, I've had friends that I've had to let go, and I didn't want to, and I didn't let go of like I don't want to be your friend no more. It was not that. I had to let go of having expectation, and I downgraded them. I downgraded them because, man, if I help you, if I call you, if I like your comments and whatnot, and I get zero back, then I question the integrity of friendship, right? Because it's a give and take. And I've had this. I have had this with people who, back in the days when I was all this touring dancer and this and that and cover of magazines and all that, they were around me, because they were on their journey. And then I helped them. I was there for them, whether they needed a couch to crash on, whether they needed, I don't know, a tag on Instagram or whatever it is. But when the tables flipped, and these individuals now are successful, walking the red carpets, are leading in TV shows, where are you now? You ghost me when I'm giving you credits, when I'm telling you how proud I am of you. You ghost me. You coming into town, you don't call me, but you certainly called me when you needed something. So here's my expectation of friendship, and we shouldn't be working on friendship. Friendship is something that we don't have to work on. Now, if you have expectations from your partner, that's a very different thing. You can work on that. We need to, in a relationship, we need to work with people. We have expectations and we tell them, and I don't believe in rules. I believe in agreements, right? Nobody wants to be in a relationship with rules. We believe in agreement. Can we agree on this? Awesome. Can we agree on this? Awesome. Perfect. I don't have to have that with friends. I don't think we need to sit down at a powwow how to have a friendship. So, and I know a lot of people are affected by this. How people behave, what you give is what you get, right? And what you get is what you give. So choose your friends wisely, choose your core family wisely, and just learn to let go for your own sake, right? That's another thing that I want to share is don't blame people for disappointing you. Blame yourself for expecting too much from them. And this is so true. It's the only person responsible for hurt is me, because I allowed that person to do so. And that goes in relationships, and that goes in everything. If you are in a relationship that is not healthy for you, it is your responsibility to go. No one is here to make you happy but yourself. All right. So if you right now are in a situation that you are unhappy, ask yourself why and change. Move on. Let go. Run away. God knows. But that's just, happiness comes from inside. It doesn't come from outside. Sure, a new game for the PlayStation makes me happy. I'm a gamer. But it's really within yourself first. All right. So let me know what you think. Talk to me. I want to know what your opinion is. So let me put this on here. Let me see. Iñaki, very good friend of mine, friend and believer in me. That kid always has believed in me and doesn't even quite know me. It's good kid. He says, I see myself reflected in the whole expectation thing. So my question is, what advice you give to those giving up on giving to new friends because old ones were too disappointing. Yeah, you can't do that. See, that's the thing. You can't do that with friendship and you can't do that with relationship. Because look, if someone cheated on me, I cannot start my next relationship blaming him and letting him suffer for something somebody else did to me. Right? And that's what friendships. If I start every relationship, friendship, because a friendship is a relationship, I started from zero. Absolutely. Because just because 7 people lied to me, number 8 could be a very honest person. And I give everyone the benefit of a doubt. And I think that's what you need to do, is learning to let go of what happened in the past. And don't carry it with you. That's a carry-on baggage you can just lose. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't carry that with you, because it just adds and adds up, you know? So my advice is really to start letting go. If you learn how to let go, you will also learn how to let go of baggage from the past, which is huge, which is a whole nother topic, right? So let go. Learn to let go step by step. And then the bigger picture will just reveal by itself. All right. Who else we got? Thank you for the question, Iñaki. I love that. Oh, this is very good. David Rivera. I tell people you have to understand someone's past in order to understand their present. I've learned that, I want to say, 2 years ago. And boy, I'm a new person just by that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened. My first reaction is I go within myself and I say, how does this person grow up? Maybe this person had a really bad childhood, because our childhood, don't forget, the way our parents raised us, that does affect us on the bigger picture. You might think it's not, but it does. You know, so childhood traumas, we carry them. We carry them through all our lives, and then we bash and we let other people get a taste of it. So I've learned that 2 years ago that I always question myself, why is this person like this right now? Why is this person acting like this right now? If someone cheats on you, I go back to cheating. I don't know why, but if someone cheats on you, you have to ask yourself, why? Is it justified? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But why did he cheat? Does he have a problem? Does he have a sexual drive? Was he cheated on and is his payback time? God knows. If someone is aggressive, why is this person aggressive? So I always justify that moment with what happened in the past. That's a really good thing, David. I love that. That's what happened to me too. 2 years ago, I realized that. Let's see. What do we have? God, we have so much here. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Someone politely just asked me to show my dick. Oh, guys. It's Facebook. It's not Grindr. It's none of that. Okay, here. Patricia King. Thank you for putting the Q, because now she stood out, right? So with that, I can really see the question. Expectations. I think as you get older, you realize a calmer life brings more gifts. Things happen, and wow, that was a great thing to happen. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing that too. My tranquility, is that even a word? Tranquility? I don't know, but you know what I mean. I don't have no FOMO of going out, of missing out on hooking up and all that, doesn't it? So my focus now has shifted. I love to get up in the morning. I'm like an old man now, but it comes with a lot. Like she said, it comes with gifts of priorities that you have in your life that you didn't have before. I see things different. I hear things different. I listen things different because I'm growing. I'm growing knowledge, and and shifting priorities. And that is a great gift. I swear to God, that is an amazing gift. And I now understand when people say, oh, when you get older, you will understand it. Yes. Yes. I'm that old fart now that understands. So thank you, Patricia. Awesome. Um, and again, guys, if you like what you see, there's another question. Awesome. Then please do me a favor. Don't forget social media. I need your subscriptions. I need you to follow me. These days, numbers is key, and I really want to make sure that you guys are the first to know when I'm online, when I'm tweeting again, when I'm going to be on YouTube. This show is broadcasted simultaneously on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook. So this is exciting, but I need you guys to follow me in order to crank this number up. And with that, I say thank you. All right, questioned. Let's do 2 more about this topic. I don't even read them. I'll just pull them in. Question. I just got into it with politics, with mom and dad yesterday, but I told them I love them no matter what, and we are okay. We are all dealing with this. Yeah, politics. Something that I just don't want to tackle in this show. Because, again, we turn on the TV and it's just politics overload, right? We all know the shit show that is going on, especially in the United States. I have a lot of friends that dealing with parents that are Republicans. My parents are Catholics. They live in Portugal. So, they're not into politics. So I don't have that. But I see how my friends are suffering. I see how my friends have let go of their family members, are not talking to them no more. And that is on agreement of both parties. And I'm sorry, if you have kids and you put a party, a president, a belief system before your own blood, I have to question you. And you as a son or daughter, you've got to, it's hard, but you've got to move on. You've got to do your thing. You have to accept. Here's the thing. Although you don't agree that, let's per se, your family votes Republican, right? Because they're not even voting for Trump. They were voting for Republicans. It's about that. It's not about Trump. You have to accept their opinion. It's an opinion, free of speech, whatever. Now, the deeper core is it affects us, LGBTQ, gay men, lesbians, Black, white, Latino, everything, because this whole Republican thing, it's we're not unified, we're not one, and I don't want to talk about politics, so everyone needs to do what everyone needs to do. But yes, I have a lot of friends who, literally a friend of mine called me 2 days ago crying and bawling because he just cannot stand the fact that his parents are voting Republicans. So all I can be is a shoulder to cry on, and just hope for the better. All right. So thank you, Stephen. And I'm sorry that you had that conversation. It sucks. It really does. One more. Let's go. Vivian Malloy, I guess. Question. Would you change any of your actions in the past in order to change outcomes? And is there one in particular? Holy moly. First and foremost, I don't regret anything in life. I believe mistakes. You're welcome, Stephen. Stephen says thank you. We all do mistakes. No one is perfect, all right? No one is perfect. We all have demons. We all have moments that we regret, and we all said things that we didn't want to say, and we did something that we didn't want to do. We have to take the responsibility for it, and we have to accordingly apologize to whoever we hurt. Yeah, that's your responsibility. There's no ego that can come in between that. When it comes to that, I don't regret things. Would you change any of your actions in the past in order to change outcome? And is there one in particular? Let me. I don't know. I don't know if that I've done. I'll get back to you on that if something pops off in my mind that I regret and that I would have done differently, because I I make the best out of things, and I turn shit into gold, right? So I turn a situation and make the best out of it. Okay, I'll go deep on this one and keep it very short. I probably regret or would have had a different outcome in my life if I wouldn't get involved with drugs. As a very young kiddo, I got involved in the world of drugs. And I've got very heavy involved, and things turned very ugly. But I caught myself and turned around and ran away from that situation. 20 years later, I can say I'm a sober man. It's been 20 years I'm sober. But it marked me, especially in those 3 years that it was my peak. I probably did a lot of shit and treated my parents also really bad and disrespectful. So that is something that I would have done differently, for sure. But again, all that matters is what you do with the situation, right? The situation is there. You can't change it. You can't live in the past. You can't beat yourself up. But what are you doing with it? How are you turning around and prove your loved ones, whoever, yourself, that you changed? I did that 20 years later. I'm proud of it. All my friends know me for that. And that is something that I hold very dear to my heart. Ray Trujillo just said, I said that I don't regret anything, and but then I say that the drug party kind of different from the prior question, but I get your point. Exactly. I don't regret it. Again, I don't want to be hypocrite. I don't regret it. I just wished that it would not have happened in order to have a different outcome in my life. But I'm happy and content with what happened. I've had a very deep conversation with my mom and dad about it, and they understood, and they love me, and I'm now able to share all that with my friends that's struggling right now. So yes, sorry if I came across hypocritical, but I think there's a fine line. It makes sense. Absolutely. Oh, so then, why did you choose that t-shirt? What's that symbol? This is Honey fucking Dijon. All right. So this is, a lot of you electronic DJs know Honey Dijon. She has her own brand, her own label. She's a very close friend of mine. And I recently purchased that shirt because, again, I'm all about supporting my friends and peers. So this is Honey's label. Her name is big on the back. But yeah, that's the reason, because I love it. It's not too loud. It's just right there. And it's all about supporting my friends. So thank you for that. And shout out to Honey. All right. Now, we're still on the questions. There you go. What else do we have? Let's do two more. Yes, Miss Honey. Let's see. Question. Guys, don't forget, put a Q before so I don't create this cricket moment where I have to look for questions. Let's do that. Let's see. Question. I don't see. Okay. Maybe I'm looking for question marks. How about that? If you guys use any. Okay. Let's do this one. I'm sure everyone wants to hear about that. How did you start dancing? I started dancing at the age of 5, 6. And I wasn't dancing. I was the mascot of Portuguese folklore. So back in Bremen, Germany, I'm born and raised German. Mom and dad are from Portugal, but they put my mom and dad used to be musicians in the. My mom used to sing, and my dad used to play an instrument in the folklore group. My sister used to dance. So at the age of 5 or 6, I was put as the mascot. I would hold a banner, a flag. So that was my first start. And then when I was old enough, probably 8, I started to compete with them. They would do all these competitions all around Germany with other communities, Portuguese communities. We would go against each other and win championships and whatnot. So that was my first start with dance and competitive dancing. From there on, obviously, I loved it. I'm at home. It's the 80s. It's the early 90s. I have VHS tapes. I want to be a dancer from Michael Jackson and from Janet Jackson, and I'm learning all these dance routines, and I'm rolling forward the tape and rolling back the tape. And MTV Music Awards was the biggest thing to watch every year, especially as a European. Now it's right in front of my house, and I don't care much. So that's how I really started to dance. Is my family came from that world and put me in, and I just fell in love, never left, till today. You know. Um, then a question that a lot of people asking me that. Marco Kettenbach, I think is German. Are you still in touch with Kylie Minogue? No, I am not. Um, Love her to death. Obviously, big chunk of my life, big part of my career. But you don't, very rarely, you stay in touch with the artists. It's not that we are friends. Surely, if I bump into her, which I did a couple of years ago, happiness, quick catch up, but we just move on. And she had so many tours after I left. Um, and you don't really stay friends. There is some dancers that I know that are really friends with the artist that they've been working on for years. But every artist is also very different. There's artists that really have a connection with their dancers. There are artists that are just, they're my dancers, they're my employees, and we work together, and then it's a 9 to 5, and then, or it's a year, and then move on. So again, no beef with Kylie whatsoever. Love her. I wish her all the best, but we are not in touch. And let's see. All right. So now I want to talk about the second topic of this today's show. Let me see what time it is. Okay, we good in time. Second topic of the show. Have you asked yourself, how bad do you want it? Whatever you want, how bad do you really want it? We all have aspirations, and we all have dreams, and we all work towards a goal. Big, small, it don't matter, right? But a lot of times, we don't want to put the work in. And this is a pre-segment to my next segment. We don't want to put the work in. We find 7 excuses to not walking that extra mile, and it can be hard, and especially now, man. I mean, we all got stepped back with this pandemic. It was going well for a lot of people, let's say for everyone, and then all of a sudden, crash, boom, bang. Limitations, things are canceled, your career is put on hold, you don't even know when you're back on stage. As an artist, I feel like artists in this pandemic have been really fucked, and no one cares. Um, Literally, government don't care. We're the least. I mean, the shit I hear from London or from England that it's not essential artists. I was like, guys, I mean, let's be real. 6 months of pandemic, right? Of lockdown. Now imagine that with no YouTube, no Facebook. No, well, forget social media. No Netflix, no Hulu, no music, no Spotify. Crickets and darkness. So how are artists that still doing content not being taken care of? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's disappointing. It's eye-opening, and it's sad. Overall, it's just sad, you know. So, especially right now in this time of pandemic, you got to know that obstacles temporarily come in your life to test how bad you truly want it. Right? So when every no should just be fuel to keep going. You won't get yes all the time. You won't, every job interview won't go through. It just doesn't happen. And it's always like they say, like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But you got to move on from that. You got to push through it. You got to find a way, and it's through drive, and it's through seeing the bigger picture and wanting to put the work in. Like, you really need to put the work in order to get what you have. A lot of people have told me, specifically me, and this goes to everybody, artists. Oh my God, you're so lucky you're on tour with Britney Spears. No. Has nothing to do with luck. Has nothing to do with luck. It has to do with never giving up when everybody around you says, that's never going to happen. What, you're going to move to the United States? Please. And here I am. No, it's pushing and not believing what they say. And just keep pushing. Live your dream. If it's not today, it's tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it's in a month or it's in 2. But if you let these obstacles test you and just be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm not good enough. Then you'll never taste what it's like to live your dream. Right? So use a no, use an obstacle, use a wall, use it to fuel and prove yourself that you can do it, that you can finish scholarship, that you can be an actress, that you can be the dancer, that you will go on tour with that artist. And even if you don't end up that goal, you know you've done everything that it took. And then it's just a matter of not the right time, right? So stop looking for excuses to justify failure and just push yourself. And with that, I want to introduce something to you guys. You've seen this. This is a book that I'm reading right now. My friend Sterling got that to me, and I have that here for you guys. It's called The 5 a.m. Club. Own your morning, elevate your life. This book is so cool. It's basically, and I'm doing this. It's a fiction. It's a story. It's not a self-therapy, but through a story. So it's an easy read. It's a really nice read. But it basically tells you to get up at 5 a.m. every morning and use the first hour to reflect, to read knowledge. Whether it's a book. Right now, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I continue reading that book. Do some movement. Not a workout, but just move. Just open up. And the reason that they say that in this book, and it makes sense because I was always an early bird. When I get up at 5 now, there's no distractions. My phone, I don't check. It doesn't ring. There's no cars. There's no birds. There's no neighbors. There's no nothing. It's pitch dark outside. The day has not yet begun. Yet you are up and you can reflect on what comes next in your life and what do you want to do with your life. And then I start working. Like I did with this show, to prepare the show. I was working. By noon, I had done so much, which normally would be 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So by the time, and that book says that, by the time other people get up, you every day are 7 steps ahead. Now, getting up is easy for me. It's not easy for others. But again, it's not supposed to be easy. For us to grow, it's not supposed to be easy. You need to push yourself. And I really love this book. I tell you guys, and it says here, between 5 and 8 a.m., you have the most willpower, the most mental focus, and the most energy. And it's interesting because, yeah, that is actually true, because you just woke up, you fresh as a daisy. Well, I'm a morning person, but I make my coffee. That's the first thing. I go to the kitchen, get my coffee, and then I sit down. And I'm clear. My head is clear. And I have Vivian asking right now, what time do you go to bed? I have never been a person that needs 8 hours of sleep. I take them because it's healthy, but I don't need them. I go to bed at 10:30. At 10:30, my phone says, yo, go to bed. And then at 5 o'clock, it gets me up. And it's working for me. It's fun. I get a lot out of my day, and it's really exciting. So I have one more PDF for you, and it says exactly this: what to do with it, the success of 2020 rule. So exercise, stretch, do a little bit of this, clean up the kitchen, the mess that you left last night. It's just in order to stimulate your brain, right? Then you sit down, close your eyes. It's not about meditation, but it's just like visualizing your goals and plans and purpose and everything that you have. And then 5:40 to 6, 20 minutes of education. Read a book. Knowledge. Knowledge is a key. I'm a sucker for knowledge. I love knowledge. It fuels me. So I love that part. I get really excited now to get up in the morning to do this because I start my day with knowledge. So get that book. It's definitely a good read. It's a really good read. I just ordered my next book, which I'm going to talk about after I read it, because obviously I know nothing about it, but I heard a lot about it, right? So now something fun. How about we play? Do you remember the time? Yes. Do you remember the time? Which I want to go back in time with you guys. This is a segment where I want to watch something with you that is from my career, whether it's a dance performance that I love, whether it's content that I created just for you guys in the day of. I'm a dog rescuer. So at some point, I'm going to take you guys with me on the process, how to rescue a dog from a shelter. And today, because everybody loves, and she's already been mentioned, Kylie, I want to share a clip that I found on YouTube. And the reason I'm sharing this is this. So when you're on tour, right, as a tour dancer, my favorite moment in the show on any artist is the opening of the show. The opening moment, I cannot explain that feeling, and I miss it so much. When you rehearsed for 3 months and you did tech runs, and finally that moment of opening night, and it doesn't even matter if it's just opening night, it's every night is opening night, when the audience been there since the morning in Europe in line, or they come in for like 2 hours before, they get hyped. They've been waiting for their artist for so long. They bought tickets a year ago, and now the light turns off, and there's 20,000 people yelling and screaming out of excitement. You guys don't understand how that feels when you are behind the stage or under the stage, and you know that the next 5 minutes, there's nothing but happiness in this room, right? So that moment, and also openings, when I used to, as a teenager, watching all these shows, all these concerts, it's always that opening that was just so wow. And I daydreamed of being on stage with an artist, and how does it feel to like have a curtain come up and reveal you, and you have a crazy costume and just all that, right? So my homage to my favorite opening of all the tours that I've done is Kylie Minogue, my last tour with her, For You and For Me tour. I'm gonna watch that with you guys. Enjoy it, have fun, and we'll talk about it after.
Please fasten your seatbelts. My name is Kylie. I will be your person. The exits are located at the front and the rear of the crowd. To get down at discoteca. Take a breath and take the plunge, my dear. Maybe things that you don't know are better.
Guys, what? Oh my God. Still today, I get chills, I get goosebumps, I get these bursts of gratitude of being home and just daydreaming of being a dancer and anyways, okay, nope, we're not going there. Anyways, this was my favorite. Funny, okay, gather your thoughts. Funny thing, that number was so hard. You don't understand. That tour. So what Kylie did, right? So we had the X tour. I saw a question of somebody if I was part of the X tour. Yes, I was part of the X tour. And then we took basically the best of Showgirl, Homecoming, and X and made it one show for the American audience because it was a North America tour. And we took a arena show, compressed it, and put it in a small theater show. Now, Madonna did that last year. Kylie did that 2009, right? So this was something overwhelming. We were in New York, Hammerstein Ballroom, and it was nuts. The production value in such a small theater was just nuts. So it was packed, and I remember that opening night and that number. The crowd was going so bonkers that we couldn't hear the music. We dancers, we had the helmets on. I have this whole bodysuit on. It was so hot that the helmet is steamed up. You can't see shit. You can't clean it because it's not part of the choreography. You can't be like wiping, right? So here I am struggling, and I had to do, the trick for that was breathing through your nose in and through your mouth diagonally out, like that. Looks very pretty, right? That's what we had to do for the whole 7 minutes of this number. Now, the next problem is I can't hear shit because all you guys are way too loud. So the front row of the dancers, they were by the monitors. We don't have monitors. We don't have in-ears. We have the music from everybody else. So I was in the second row, and we had to watch the dancer before us time the beat per minute so that we are on the same track and be like, okay, so this is the pattern. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Okay, let's stay on that. And then do the number because I could not hear shit. So this was so stressful, so amazing, so a fulfilling moment. And I wanted to share that with you. So that's my Remember the Time for this episode. All right. Now, talking about this episode, I want to talk about next episode and how you are going to be involved in next episode. And now I'm coming to sponsored by Potdex. Potdex is a really cool thing for podcasters and live streamers, and there's many editions. This is the episode deck. There's an interview deck. There's an interview deck part 2. And there's a game called Would You Rather. But how many questions do we need? We have 500, right? So episode deck is really cool. So I thought like, oh, cool. And to make sure that episodes are always interesting and whatnot. And now I'm just going to choose one topic for next week, which again, I have no idea, never looked into it, but I'm going to commit to whatever that's happening here. And so next week's topic will be, can you read that? 5 things I am excited about right now. All right, so commit it. Next episode, 5 things I'm excited right now and why. Why these 5 things and why am I excited about them right now? All right. Last value point, last thing I want to talk to you guys about. I saw a comment here of someone who said this, which makes me happy. I really was not expecting the live stream to be about mindfulness, self-care, reflection, empowerment, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Well, thank you. My friends know me that is a big part of my life, and I want to find the fine line between getting to know me, talk about all the things that you want to hear that I've done in my past, but also giving back and also learn from you. I want your feedback and I want to learn and your experiences with these mindfulness, self-care, empowerment things. So yeah, this will always be a part of this live stream because it's about give and take, right? Then Len Evans, thank you. I love this. This is so good. This could be your new calling mark, a motivational speaker. It could. It should. It will. How about that? How about we say it will? Because why not sharing? Goes back to share your knowledge. Because you might help somebody, you know. So I'm all about this. And the next one, I'll make it quick, is perfectionism. Perfectionism. Something that I hate about myself is that everything needs to be perfect. Now, I battle, right? I battle, and I'm now learning to let go of that trait, because sometimes you are your worst enemy because you want things a certain way and you want to wait till they are a certain way. And you now are not going to do that live stream because you want it to be like Oprah's live stream. You want it to be perfect. So now you're waiting because you don't have that microphone that she has, because you don't have the camera that she has. So now you wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and you keep waiting for the perfectionism, but now you're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. And I see that with a lot of my friends. They keep waiting and waiting and waiting on things. And I'm like, dude, you have everything on your hand. Why are you not just starting? Just do. Yeah, I want to wait for the... No, sometimes us being perfect is too much. And I'm learning that right now. It's something that I've always struggled. It's, I get so anal about every little thing. Every little thing has to be perfect. And there's a difference between perfectionism and professionalism, right? Because you can have less and still be professional. You don't have to be everything. There is no perfect, but you don't have to be perfect. You start with what you have and make the best out of it. Just be professional about it, right? It's not that, if you're an actress or an actor and now you have an agency, what, you're just not going to go audition because you don't have the perfect whatever it is? No, you got to go out there. Just be professional. Be professional in what you do. Your craft is your craft. Show that craft, because you never know. Because right in that moment, you could be just the right person for that thing, and your professionalism is just about enough. But we are so caught up in always wanting to be better and perfect that we don't realize what we actually have. We always focus on what we don't have. We don't have that camera yet. We don't have this. We don't have that. But don't confuse perfectionism with professionalism, right? So I've learned that the hard way. And I've done something now that just now, with what I'm doing right now, this live stream, was terrifying to me. The thought of being live and talking, and what if I don't know what I'm talking about? What if no one is watching? What if nobody cares? What if I'm doing questions and no one asking questions because they just don't care, because they think this is like a self-egocentric podcast? And what if my quality is not the same quality as all these influencers on live on YouTube? But then I said, no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going live Sunday. I'm going on live Sunday. I decided that on Friday night. And I said, Saturday, you're going to prepare everything and you're just going to go. Because at the end of the day, we all here to grow, right? And I want to grow with you. Like, I'm taking this and I'm growing with you. So if you're doing something right now, right? If you have a project and it's on hold, do so. Do so. If you want to lose weight, do so. Put the work into it. Again, how bad do you want it? Stop being a potato couch. Right now, there's so much going on. There's Beachbody on Demand and a great app. I'm doing it every single day. Just do. If you have a project, if you want to finish school, do. Do it. Don't wait. Don't wait because you don't know which opportunity is around the corner. That's another thing. You don't know which opportunities are around the corner, and you want to be ready for that opportunity. Because I've seen it. People not being ready, and that opportunity just knocked on their door. And that's one thing that I've always made sure of. Be ready for an opportunity. Knowledge is key. All right? Enough of this blah. I'm going to go back to you. We have... Oh, wow. All right. So we going strong. We got another 10 minutes left. But I want to talk with you guys and see what... So my friend Guido, did you call me fatty? No. Ushi, I didn't call you fatty. Why? Are you the potato couch that is not going to the gym? Because back in the days, honey, in the 90s, you were one handsome motherfucker. Anyways, my friend Guido from Germany, love this guy. So what we got here? Let me see. Guys, you don't have the questions. Here. Very important. John M. Silva. The Silva's in the house. Are you planning to go live every Sunday? Same time. I am planning to go live Sundays. Same time. Every Sunday. I don't know yet. I would love to, but also it needs to be engaging and different every time. And so I want to make sure that I can also make this exciting and a family gathering with us, right? So the plan is, yes, to go every Sunday. I'll probably start off with every other Sunday, but again, bam, follow me on social media so that you will always know when I'm live next, right? I'll give 2 days ahead, and then you can plan it if you loved what you saw and want to be back. You know, the concept will be always the same. We'll have a lot of mindful stuff, a lot of spiritual stuff. We'll talk about books that I'm reading. We'll watch things out of my life. And there's all these Q&As because we have talked 2% of what I've done in my life, you know? And there's so much that you don't know because I don't post it. A lot of people know that I'm not the strongest on social media. It's just because I like a little bit of privacy. Like, I don't post about my private life much, but I want to share. I want to share with people that care. Not with people that just scroll and be like, yeah, next. Ooh, hot body, click. That's okay. That's fun for the moment, but I like this. And see all my friends here. And now I'm going to feature all my friends because this is amazing. Tomer, my friend from Israel, amazing music producer, known him for so long. He's been there from day one when I started as a DJ, right? So he's a big name in Israel. Love you, guy. It's been a minute. I hope you're well. Everything good. I want to call out my friends because it's all about friendship, you know? Like, again, like, look, my friends come over here and support me. And that's what we need to do. And that's what you should do. Support your friends. Support your friends. I just saw my homegirl. Where is she? There you go. Aw, you're so sweet. Barbara Love. Now this cookie... This cookie is from New York, and she's an OG. She's a house club OG. She's known. Everybody knows her in nightlife. But she's a dancing queen. She got that house shuffle down. It's amazing. Her knowledge. She's all into roller skating right now. I see you, girl. So I know she's starting her journey with the podcast. So I'm wishing you all the best and good luck, and let me know so I can tune in and listen to every thing you have to say. All right, because it's all about that. And then this one. My homegirl that resides now in Orlando. Yo. Yo, this one goes so far back when Backstreet Boys were a thing. Like, back in the days, Backstreet Boys, right? So, yeah, this woman, I mean, look at her. I mean, she's a mom, looking hot. Like, love you, Maria. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you. When? Oh, what the heck? What the heck? Why is no one telling me that I got a thingy? Anyways, hi. So that's that, Maria. And let's see. Oh, there's a question. We got 5 minutes left, guys. Yeah, 7. What makes you scared? I have not dealt with loss in my family yet. Immediate family. My grandparents, both males, I never met. But immediate family. So it terrifies me. It terrifies me. The thought of it. My father is my best friend. We FaceTime every single day. I FaceTime with him. I miss him. It's hard to be so far, and especially now, and they have their age, and he's so proud of me, and that scares me so much. But it's something that we have to face sooner or later. We are meant to survive our parents, right? So that's like the thing that they say. So I'm trying to just get ready for that day when it comes. My dad is 79. He's not the youngest no more. But he's still healthy. He's still rocking. But that's something that scares me a lot. A lot. I love this. Thank you for putting so much into this for us. I do it for us, exactly. For us. This is for me. It fulfills me to know that you guys actually care. You know, that this little guy here in LA, that you care, that you want to be here. And so I did this for us, but you're more than welcome. It can only go up from this point on, and better and stronger. Yeah. And I love that. Sorry. What do we have here? Oh. Lena Vasna. Guys. Now, if I said that, Maria was like back in the days, this is kindergarten. Homegirl, kindergarten. And we talking friendship for 40 years. For real's friendship for 40 years. No matter how much we talk or we don't talk. She lives in Germany. With me, friendship is not about how many messages I send you. It's about when we see each other, when we reconnect, that it's like nothing ever happened, that we just saw each other yesterday, and this is her. God these memories with this woman, and she will be there till it's my time to go, because this is friends for life. So I love you, babe. Thank you for coming in. Oh, here. Well, that's a fun question. Why not? What are you doing for the rest of your Sunday? I am going to take the dogs, and I'm going to my friend Mike's. He has a little pool gathering. Social distance. We all quarantine together, so it's not a pool party at all. But these are all friends that we all quarantine together, and we all good to go. And we're just going to lay by the pool with the doggies. So that's just going to be my Sunday before the week starts with new things. Excellent live stream. Thank you so much. Keep on doing it. I will. let me just, this is amazing. This is for me, man. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect, but like you, I'm all about supporting others in their dreams. And with that being said, you've inspired me to get off my lazy ass and go to the gym. Bam! How bad do you want it? Don't forget, how bad do you want it? Get your ass up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because that's how bad I do want it. So, yes, awesome. If you need help, one thing we're going to talk about next episode is about personal training. I'm not trying to sell you nothing, but I have knowledge. I'm doing my certification right now with NASM. And if anybody needs help and you don't know and you're a little bit lost when it comes to gym, hit me up. You know where? Oh, it's right there. So yeah, man, yeah, get your lazy ass off. Go to the gym. Honestly, Gabriel, thank you for the feedback. I love this. Let's go back to that. And then that's about it. All right, guys. So this is my first episode. Why am I banging on this table the whole time? Do me a favor. Leave comments about improvement. What could I do better? Am I not connected enough? Am I distracted enough? Am I talking too much? I'm not, like, whatever it is, give me constructive criticism. I'm learning. This is all new to me. All right? I'm in my comfort zone, but this is new to me. So give me feedback. I would love that. Love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to follow me. Next episode, I want to dive deeper into 5 things that I'm excited about right now. We do a lot of more of that. And I want to talk about dog rescue. Who follows me on social media knows that I rescue dogs. I don't foster dog, I rescue them because I already have 2 dogs. So the third spot that I'm here, I like to keep open for a rescue. There's a lot of dogs that are being euthanized, and I just get them out of the shelter, pick them back up, and then find fosters. I work with a foundation that I'm going to talk about all next episode. So if you opt for that, if you want to become a foster, let's talk a little bit about that, right? And that's about it. Look at that. Boom. You're awesome. Keep that shit up. All right? So don't forget that. And dry mouth. You're awesome. Keep that shit up. Focus on you, on nobody else. Who cares? Be the best person you can possibly be. Knowledge is key. And don't forget, last expectation, last disappointment. All right? With that being said, guys, I love you. Thank you. This was amazing. This was fun. I can't wait for next time. Be on social media. Check me out. I'm out. Yo, boy Marco. Thank you so much. See ya.